proof that the Buffalo Bills are interested in a linebacker per the Sports Illustrated article that we could see the Bills have been interviewing countless times. Joe Andreesen, the UB Day 3 prospect of the NFL Draft, linebacker for the Buffalo Bills. And we could really take a look at what he ultimately presents, and what this actually means for the Bills is that we are interested in another linebacker. Obviously losing Tyrell Bernard to the Seattle Seahawks, we can clearly see here that Joe Andreesen may fit the billing as the Bills' next linebacker after Tyrell Dodson. And I think what we need to understand is what Dodson was for the Bills. A bigger, fuller style linebacker, really kind of like that A.J. Klein type, really kind of contributing in that base defense with three linebackers on the field. You know, a lot of you are sitting there like, well, we have Terrell Bernard, we have Matt Milano, we just drafted Dorian Williams last year. So why would the Bills be interested in another linebacker like Joe Andreesen? And I really think it boils down to the base defense for the Buffalo Bills, as well as offering depth pieces to Terrell Bernard, offering a depth piece to even Matt Milano. Now, we saw that Dorian Williams was really that depth piece to Matt Milano last year, and I think he offers the versatility, the athletic skill set, pass coverage ability, Dorian Williams, right? How fast he actually is. Whereas Joe Andreesen, we're going to take a look at his stats, his 40 time, his bench. You could see he's just 6 foot, which makes him a bit undersized, and he's lacking in weight. But he's not necessarily lacking in the strength department. You could see 240 pounds, but 32 on the bench. I mean, there are defensive tackle prospects coming out in this year's NFL draft, top prospects that didn't even get 32 on the bench. So seeing that Joe Andreesen playing for the UB Bulls, being a Buffalo boy, and we're going to take a look at his Twitter account, X account. You're going to see what he says, but you could see he ran a 4.65 40-yard dash, so he's not as fast as a 4.49 Dorian Williams, but he is a thicker, fuller style linebacker that can come here and contribute for the Buffalo Bills in this base defense, as well as special teams. So I really, really am loving this. I know we have Balin Spector. They're two competing, but I really love Joe Andreesen here. And you could see here that he's had a bunch of Zoom and in-person interviews. I filled out some surveys, and I had about 9 interviews at the College Gridiron Showcase. Andreesen said the Jags, the Eagles, the Steelers, the 49ers, and Bills all showed some good interest. The Bills have been in constant contact. You could see it right there. So the facts are, we're not only interested in Joe Andreesen, we're interested in a linebacker in this year's NFL draft. So you could see Andreesen, 38-inch vertical jump, 10'2" broad jump. I mean, both elite for his position and will translate very, very well to breaking on balls over the middle of the field. And that's something that I got to ask Sean McDermott personally about just what he values in players. And it is that transition step towards the football, how quickly they could break on the ball. Because this is a Sean McDermott style defense, playing a little bit zone, playing a little bit soft, keeping your eyes on the quarterback, but keeping everything in front of you so you could break on that ball and make plays. And I think he really presents that for the Buffalo Bills, and he's got the physical skill set to come in and contribute immediately in the NFL. Andreesen said, "You're going to get a great person. You can ask my teammates and coaches, even the ones that were around me for one season at Buffalo, or if you ask people at Bryant, where he played before transferring, about me, I'm held in a very high regard. That's what I focus on first and foremost, being a good person and good teammate. I also want to be the best football player that I can be. I'm an extremely hard worker. I'll do what it takes to help the team win." So I really am loving this. I know the Bills, if the Bills aren't done adding to the linebacker corps after the acquisition of Nicholas Morrow, a local prospect with an intriguing athletic profile. So yes, I mean, the Bills definitely have a lot of top talent at the linebacker spot, but Joe Andreesen, a day 3 prospect, could definitely come in and contribute for Bills Mafia. You could see this is his Twitter handle. Look at the bio here. Joe Andreesen. Everyone wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. Buffalo, New York. I freaking love this kid already. He's freaking awesome. You could see here Ryan Talbot breaking things down a little bit further for us. We could take a look at really the overall stats and everything that he did. But again, really just taking a look at it all here. I mean, he's got strong bench, 32 on the bench, 240 pounds. I mean, you can kind of see there, obviously the red box showing his lack of height, but everything else is green. I mean, his vertical, the broad jump that we already discussed, obviously not the fastest 40 time. 20-yard split, not necessarily the fastest, but his 10-yard split is in the green. His shuttle is in the green. I mean, this kid is definitely a freak of nature, and I think under the tutelage of Bobby Babich, our new defensive coordinator, who came from the safeties, went to the linebackers, I really think is going to come in here and contribute very, very well for Bills Mafia. And we all know the Pittsburgh Steelers clearly know the linebacker position very, very well. They are interested in Joe Andreesen to come there to Bills Mafia. And really just taking a look at it, you know, all the other prospects coming out in this year's draft, I mean, he's really not even on this list. So he clearly is a day 3 prospect for Bills Mafia, and I think we could definitely get a very, very good value for him in this year's NFL draft. But really keep in mind, the facts are that he would be coming in to probably be a depth piece, obviously not being a top 10 pick or whatever, right? I think he's going to come in, offer a depth piece to Matt Milano, a depth piece to Terrell Bernard, and also come in and contribute on the base defense for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, my personal thought here is just seeing what the Chiefs did with Spags, their defensive coordinator last year, really mixing, and also what we did with the big nickel, right? Having just different defensive packages to create confusion and really matching up against opposing teams. Like the NFL has different style offenses, whether they're going to ground and pound you, whether they're going to spread the ball out and just throw it all the time. So really understanding that we need versatile players to match up against opposing teams. I think Joe Andreesen definitely makes sense. And the other thing that we have to take note of is that the Bills clearly are expressing interest in linebacker. It's not just Joe Andreesen. You know, what other linebackers are we eyeing up? Would we potentially take a linebacker earlier in day 3? I want to hear your thoughts, so drop your comments down below. How do you feel about Joe Andreesen, a UB prospect coming to the Buffalo Bills? Obviously hyped up about Buffalo already. I think this is definitely a great fit for Bills Mafia to come in and contribute and compete for these positions. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, I deeply appreciate it. If you guys hit like and subscribe, that's how you're going to support me and my efforts for these videos and keeping this channel ultimately alive. Also, Course Careers, they are offering free introduction courses to a lot of different remote jobs in different fields, whether you're looking at IT, software development, sales, or data analytics, whatever you want. Potentially data analytics could get you a job in the NFL too. So make sure you check the link in the description to Course Careers. Truly do appreciate every single one of you. I swear BNC attracts the best of the best. But I appreciate you guys. Hit like and subscribe, and go Bills.